All right, good morning, everybody. Garage is a little empty. The Viper's not here, and I haven't got a chance to pull the GT500 back in here yet to do some work on it. But before we do that, I wanted to do a video on my daily driver. You guys may or may not know that my daily driver is a 2018 Toyota Tundra Crewmax 4x4 TRD off-road package. And normally, rule of thumb is never mess with your daily driver. I try not to mess with the functionality of my daily driver because oftentimes I'll mess up and that renders my daily driver non-functional. But if you are ingrained in the car community as much as I am, you often get wind of some crazy sales that are going on every so often. So some of my friends alerted me of a 24-hour flash sale to celebrate the 40th anniversary of TRD. Everything was marked down on their website, was marked down 40%. So I've been contemplating with putting on a dual TRD exhaust that's available on the TRD Pro Tundras out there, as well as a air intake kit. And I took advantage of it, and $1,000 later, my parts showed up. So since we have some time, what we'll do is we'll try to modify the truck. So I'm going to do this in a couple of different parts. I will put on the air intake kit first, give you guys an impression of sound from the outside and the inside of the truck. Anyway, so that's what we're doing today. Let me kind of show you what I have. I'm going to do a little unboxing of the TRD. Yeah, let me take the camera up here. So, check it out. So, I got these huge packages here, so needless to say I wasn't able to hide this from my wife in any way. I have the exhaust, which came in 2 huge boxes here, and the cold air intake kit. I figure we do unboxing on the cold air intake kit today, and we'll work on the exhaust stuff at a later point when I have some time. Let's take a look at what we got here. We got all kinds of packaging material. Looks like we got a parts list and instruction guide, so that's great. I'm gonna use that. Take the packaging out, and something just fell out of here. Let me see. Looks like it's a coupling here. Yeah, coupler. So TRD gives you a red coupling, and you get to see the nice TRD filter cover there. So that's great. So let me just put these aside. You also get some piping, and you also get a, take a look, air filter. So the nice thing about doing a mod like this is the Tundra is going to be, most likely it's going to be around for at least 5-10 years in my family, and we have a reusable filter here. So it says, this vehicle is equipped with a washable, reusable TRD performance filter, do not throw it away. So, you know, when every 10-15,000 miles when you have to change out the air filter, you end up paying $20-30 for it. So over the course of 200,000 miles, 300,000 miles, whatever, however long I have this, I'm probably going to recoup the money I paid for this thing. I paid with the 40% off. It was $255. Truck is so dirty. We are looking at the engine bay of the Toyota Tundra 5.7 liter I-Force V8. First thing to do is take off the plastic engine cover, which is simple as that. Okay. Put that aside. Remove the negative on the battery. Alright, then I gotta remove inlet tube clamp. which is this right here, same 10mm socket. And then it says squeeze the clamp on the PCV hose, slide it back, and disconnect the hose from the inlet duct. Alright, PCV hose is disconnected right here. And then I have to disconnect that PCV hose from the T-junction, so right here. Alright, so I disconnected that PVC hose altogether, PCV hose altogether. Now I'm going to take the mass airflow sensor. If I can figure out how to do it. Yeah, there you go. Alright, so now we have removed the mass airflow meter sensor, unclipped it from the actual housing of the air filter box itself, and we've removed the PCV tube there. And now the instructions tell me to just lift this off because I've disconnected this piece, and voila, comes right off. And here's how the top of the air box removed it looks like. I'm gonna remove the filter. Brand new filter, less than 10,000. So in case you're wondering, 10,000 miles on a truck, on a Toyota Tundra, that's what the filter looks like. So fairly new. Now I'll get to work on the lower part, of removing the lower part of the air box there. So there's these two 10mm bolts that needs to be removed. I'll go and work on those, get those out of the way. One of the pains is to remove this coupling right here that goes, I guess that provides cold air from the fender well, and you have to remove this from the stock lower portion of the airbox. And the way I was able to do it was, you have to, in a sense, use a pry tool on this tab. So I ended up using one of my pry tools that I have for, removing door trims and things like that, and I just unhooked it, and it came out pretty easily. So you only have to do this on one side. There's two latches here. One side goes, the other one will go pretty easily. Alright, so they called this piece the air horn, and it's going to go into the fender well, and it's basically made of rubber, so I'm just going to flex it through the hole here. The TRD portion will be facing the windshield washer fluid reservoir here. Okay, so the TRD provided air horn piece right here I installed, and then the reason why we took the original air horn piece off of the stock lower air filter box was because we're going to reuse this air filter box. So we put that back in, fished it through the air horn right here, and I bolted down the two screws that needed to be bolted down. Alright, this next part is a little sensitive, so you want to do this away from the vehicle, or in a relatively cleaner environment than underneath the engine bay or on the floor of a garage. So I put this on top of my fridge here. It's relatively clean. I have to remove the mass airflow meter. So star screwdriver, I'll go ahead and remove this out of the way. Okay, so here is the TRD top filter housing here. I'm going to go ahead and reinstall the mass airflow meter onto the housing with the socket for the wiring going up like this. That's the correct way. Alright, and here's how it should look like. The flexible rubber coupling goes there. The plastic piece is in the middle, and then the angled coupling angled down. Yeah, this is what it looks like. Take a look at it. This part's pretty straightforward. So this is the reusable filter that comes with the TRD air intake kit. Simply put this into the stock air box. It's just like that. Only goes in one way, so you know that you're not, you don't have to flip upside down or something like that. Make sure it's snug. Alright, final inspections here. Make sure all of the couplings are tight. My mass airflow meter sensor is on. The TRD air box is tied down. Everything's all bolted down correctly. I reattached the PVC hose to the air inlet to the air inlet here. I used the hardware, the spring hardware that came with the original hose there. So that's all snug and tight here. And that's pretty much it. What we have to do now is we had detached the negative, so I'm going to go ahead and reattach it and then start the car. I'm going to go ahead and start the truck up, and hopefully I've done things correctly and it will be working. Let's go and take a look at how the air intake sounds from the interior of the truck. Relatively quiet. I don't see that big of a difference. And this thing doesn't advertise any horsepower gains or anything like that, so if you're looking to hop up your truck, this is probably not the mod for you. But it does come with a reusable filter, and it cleans up the engine bay pretty nicely, so it's one of the things that I wanted to make sure I do. Alright, let's take a look at, I'm going to rev it up a little bit. Okay, you can hear a bit more induction noise than previously, so I guess removing some of the extra material there and adding the reusable filter has helped it out quite a bit. So now we have a TRD air filter on my truck, my daily driver, which is awesome. Pretty stoked about that. And just like the average hot rodder, I can't leave anything well enough alone. No matter if it's my daily driver or if my weekend race car. So thanks for watching. I'll check you guys out on the next one. Please like and subscribe.